so it says. So it says. Well, hello everybody. I hope you can hear me. Just pause that video, swap over to this video, see if the audio is working. Seems to be working. Let's turn it up a little bit. Turn it up a bit more. Let's move the microphone a little. Now I'm not sure how loud that is. You'll have to let me know if it's ridiculously loud. It could well be. So what we're running now, or running today, is a ZX Spectrum fpga, and it's an Uno XL. Now an Uno XL is a machine, or a printed circuit board, FPGA circuit board, that can fit inside the original ZX Spectrum. In this case it's in a rather shabby ZX Spectrum Plus case, but it's a Spectrum case nonetheless. Now this is, I think it's a 512 K RAM system, so it can hold numerous images of ROM images rather. So you can have the Spectrum 48 to the Plus 2, Pentagon, whatever a gosh wonderful is, and all these various other machines. Now I'm not going to select any of these other than the Spectrum, purely because I cannot reset the machine at the moment. What I mean by that is I can pick a core and it will work, but I can't go back without powering the machine down. And if I do that, it will obviously destroy the stream. The stream will stop, so I'm not going to do that. So I think we can have 16 cores in this machine, in the XL. You can use a standard 48K for compatibility, the Plus 2, Pentagon, which was the Russian machine, and then various versions of that. A TK90, is that the Brazilian machine or American machine, or is it a Russian machine? I don't know. And then we have some games in ROM. I don't know what a Lala Prologue is because it doesn't work, but anyway. So if we go into setup, which is the BIOS I guess, we can do a memory test. Okay. We can do a hideous sound test. Oh, no. Quit without saving, no. Tape test, can't do a tape test, I haven't got a tape connected. An input test is a keyboard and joystick. I don't have a joystick connected either. So quiet boot is disabled, so I can get to the menu if I need to. Check CRC. Don't know what that does. Keyboard, timing, contended. What does that do? Hides the whole boot screen. Okay. Checks your ROMs. Alright, location of keyboard, timings. Memory usually contended, disabled on a Pentagon 128. Okay. Div MMC, NMI, and G modes. Don't know what that is. Disable for better compatibility with old games. Okay. Fair enough. So ROMs. These are the ROMs that's currently installed in the machine at the boot screen. So you can select whichever you want to use, whether you want to use ZX80 or Hungry Horace, for example. You can upgrade the ROMs that's in there to newer versions. So the ZX Spectrum Next is on Core 2, the Sam Coupe is 3, Jupiter Ace is on 4, MSX, so on and so forth. Now some of these cores do require VGA. We're currently running on composite at the moment, so if I select these then you won't get a picture. But that's a video for another day. Now boot, this is quite interesting. Now this is the boot selection, if you will. So next time I power off and power back on, it will either load the Spectrum, the ZX Next, Sam Coupe, Jupiter Ace, MSX, and all the other machines that you see before you. Now hopefully it does say the Apple II is VGA, the Acorn Atom is VGA, and so on and so forth. The PC XT, I guess that would be VGA, wouldn't it? But I don't know. We have a few games down here. Now the games, I've only tried one of these. I quickly tried Invaders, and it rotates the screen, but that'd be good fun if you're a cabinet maker. But what else have we got? CPC, I didn't notice that. Amstrad. Okay. So there's quite a few there. Commodore PET. Atari 800 with 2 meg of RAM. Interesting. Some of these cores work more completely than others. For example, the Spectrum has all the features. The Next, I haven't tried. I guess it's got all or some of the features. The Sam Coupe doesn't, I think, load from disk, so I can't load from SD, so it's cassette only, which is not very helpful. The BBC Micro will boot from it's not an MMC, what is it, whatever it is, MBB or whatever it is, but the image of the SD card that you see on eBay, where it boots into the game selection from the menu. So you can boot to that and play lots of BBC games. Apple II I haven't tried. I did quickly try the Sega Master System, and that worked fine. So they're the ROMs that you can boot from. Advanced, you can alter various bits and bobs. CPU speed. Oh, look at that. Okay. Well, we're not going to do any of that. We're going to discard changes and reboot, hopefully. I say that with bated breath. Discard changes and exit, please. There we go. So it's booted into Exydos, which will give us 1982 Amstrad. So this is a +2E, which is the 1 to 8K spectrum. Now if I press on my left button at the back of the spectrum, we get into the SD menu, which is quite helpful. So we've got all the usual stuff. I don't think TZX load. No, they don't. A tap will load. Let's try a tap. There we go, nice and quick. Be interesting to try this on 2 speed, see how quickly it loads. But anyway. So it'll load a tap, a Z80, let's try a Z80. A Z80. There we go, so we've got a Z80 with some nonsense in BASIC, which is fair enough. What else do we have? Tap Z80. Got any SNAs? Must have an SNA somewhere. Oh, they're all directories, aren't they? Got them. A DSK. Interesting. Let's try a DSK. Nope. Airwolf directory. Must be an SNA. Oh, the TZX don't work. Oh, does it? Well, I forget now. No, it doesn't. Okay. I've been playing about with some emulators as well, so I'm getting a little bit muddled of what does what. That's a TZX. Z80, we know Z80 works. Must be some SNAs somewhere, snapshots. There's a snapshot. Press enter to select option. Made a mistake there, selecting Kempston. Anyway, let's load that again. Enter to select any key to move. Cursor. What was it? Pink or purple? Still loading. Enter key to select any key to move. Well, I'm pressing any key, although I can't find a key with any written on it, but that doesn't matter. 128k APB. Oh. The keyboard on Spectrum Plus is bloody awful, but it's marginally better than a normal Spectrum. Cobra SNA. Okay, let's try it. Hopefully you can hear sound. Sweet Jesus, that's loud. What's loud, the voice or the audio? Or the music, rather. I can't tell from here because I'm about the volume settings. I'll turn the game audio down. It might be less painful. Buzzing. The game audio. Ah, okay, the music. I've turned it down now to 38. Is that more tolerable? Hopefully it's not too bad. Apologies for it being too loud. Right, I don't particularly want to play this. How do you play it? That was awful. I hated Cobra. Anyway, so what else? What other bizarre settings have we got? TZX don't work. As this is obviously slightly more advanced than the original Spectrum, there are some interesting file formats we can play. Let's get out of this and go to demos, wherever that is. Where's demos? Perhaps I've moved it. I do have a habit of moving things. Must be here somewhere. Oh, demo's right at the end. Of course it is. Right, we can run TRD, which is TRDOS, which is it was quite popular in the Russian states, I believe. So let's try. These are all demos, obviously, hence the demo folder. So I'll just hit one of these and see what it does. It should come up with a menu of some description. There we go. Now if it crashes or bombs out, I'm not quite sure how I'm going to get this back. It's perfect now. Thank you very much, John Jones. Good to know. I don't have my... I usually have two headphones, bizarrely. One because I need the mic, and the other headphones I have connected to the audio coming from the TV, which I don't have at the moment because I've put them down and can't find them. But anyway, mine does not. So hopefully this should be playing some music that I can't hear. The blossoming years. So yeah, so this is quite an interesting system, the ZX Uno. We can run Commodore 64, BBC, Micro. I'm not sure if the MSX is on there, it might be. It is on there, yeah. The Atari, the Amstrad CPC, Atari ST. No, we can't run the Atari ST, that's a complete lie. That's an emulator I was playing earlier. Atari 800, I mean. So I will be interested in having to play about with these and hopefully playing a few games. But this is just a slightly quicker video just to show the Uno XL loading and have a play about. I don't know much about it. I do remember chatting to people about this. And the funny thing is, I'm not a massive Spectrum fan, although I seem to have always had one. I've got more Spectrums now than any machine, bizarrely. I've got at least 3 clones. The 48K, various 128s, plus 2s, plus 3s. I don't know why, but I just keep collecting them. ZX Renew, hello Peter, how are you, sir? So yeah, so that's it really. I just wanted to show it in a quick play. I've put it in a rather battered ZX Spectrum Plus case, which is interesting because even though it's got a new membrane, it wouldn't register some of the key presses. So I had to put a little bit of tension on the... you're very quiet. Am I very quiet? I'm shy. Let me turn myself up a little bit. How's that, Peter? Any better? Yeah, the membrane on the on my Plus is a little bit temperamental, let's say. It is a new one, and it works, but only in one position for some reason. And the ZX Spectrum Plus keyboard is pretty poor by any good standard. Can't hear you over the music. Okay, well, I can easily sort that out. Okay, so let's find something else. I didn't want to play demos particularly, I'm just having to play about with various settings. I have downloaded a few games in TR-DOS, but I suspect I haven't copied them over yet. But not that that matters. What's a good game on a Spectrum, Peter? IK Plus. Can't hear you over the music. Oh, you wanted a case. I'll sort you one out. Thank you very much. Yeah, mine's this ZX Spectrum case. It's funny, the plastic's going brittle on it. The screws are turning the fixtures to powder as I turn them. But yeah. Soundtrack by Ron Hubbard. Okay. So then, what have we got here? Press play one. Press fire. Well, how can I press fire? I don't know what fire is. Can't press fire. N for no player. What the hell's going on here? I don't know how to play this. Anyway. I'll sort you out. None. What do you mean none, Peter? There must be some good games on the Spectrum. It was famous for games. Although I don't actually, can't think of any. I spent hours playing on a Spectrum. Bomb Jack won't work in 128 mode. It should boot, well, it should crash back to basic. Commando was a good game. Oh, Tap, TZX. Yeah, I spent hours on Commando. Absolutely loved it. J for joystick. K to redefine. Why did we press K to redefine? Oh, K for keys. Alright, gotcha. Up, down, left, right, and fire. Grenade. S to start. This is going to be a disaster. Was it the Spectrum where you could only press two keys at once? They stopped functioning. Can't remember. My memory plays tricks as I get older. Yeah, I had Commando. What year did Commando come out? I didn't notice. This is one of those games that I played to death on the Spectrum and the C64. And thoroughly enjoyed, I must admit. Oh, God. There's, have you seen the new version of Commando? Well, not new version. A new old version. It works with two joysticks, like, what is it, Robotron 2048? So you steer with one joystick and you can shoot directionally with another joystick. That sounds like a nightmare, but could be a bit of fun. I'll have to have a go at that. So yeah, that's it really, there's not much to say. So Spectrum Uno. There we go. Excellent. Oh, I don't know if I have excellent. Let's have a look. Capcom. That would be under E, one would imagine. A, B, C, D, E, F. Nope, don't have any E's. But we're all sorted out for a reason. Where's that's Elite 48. Head. That's very helpful. Hampstead. Now Hampstead's, I do love it. Oh, I can't play T6. Bloody hell. Just as well, everybody's saying. Yeah, so there we go. So that is the ZX Spectrum Uno in a very brief manner. What didn't work on the Next? Fairlight didn't load on the Next, did it? Fairlight, a Prelude. I remember this loading up. I used to go babysitting in the olden days when I was a kid. Tape loading error. Yeah, I think that's what the Next does actually. What else have we got? Fairlight. Fairlight 2? Can't be. Well, it's playing music. That must mean it's working. Ah, here we go. Just some simple keys for you to press. 1, 2, 3, 4. Anyway. Never understood this game. Absolutely no idea what you're supposed to do. Don't know where you're supposed to... Oh, that I do remember. How did you go? Anyway. What I've been trying to work out is how to reset the machine. And I've realised if you press ZC and brake, it reboots. But I can't do a hard reboot to get me back to the menu. So unfortunately I can't go flicking between streams, between cores rather, on a stream. Simply because it'll kill the stream. So I'll have to do the other stuff, Commodore and BBC and Oric and all the other stuff at another day. We've got the Sam Coupe, which should be a bit of fun. The NES, I haven't tried the NES, but that's VGA, isn't it? Kempston Sinclair 2. Keys. Yes, please. Oh, happy days. Look at that colour clash. Beautiful. Beautiful. What's that mean? Does that mean I've hit a tree? Yeah, I guess it does. Yeah, so there we go. Let's find another demo and we'll finish on a demo because I don't have anything to show you really. Anything exciting anyway. But, come on ZX, where are you? There's Mike. What's in there? Oh, nothing. That's a program. That's a basic program I was trying to code quite a while ago, which I've forgotten about. You've got an Uno, haven't you, Peter? You know all about these things. There are various versions of them. There's a small, tiny credit card size one that fits in a pie case sort of thing, and then the bigger ones. This is a bigger version. So what have we got in here? Pond Life. I don't know what any of these are. Critical error. I like critical errors. This is probably going to deafen us with music now. Or maybe not. The good old oscilloscope effect. Fantastic. So there we go. Nothing terribly exciting. But like I say, it's more interesting when I go through the other cores. So I'll be, as time goes on, I'll be going through the Next. Although I do have a Next, so whether there's any point to that or not, I don't know. But the Jupiter Ace, the MSX, the C64, VIC-20, Atari 800, Atom, Electron, BBC Micro, Apple II, Oric Atmos, the Sega Master System, the Nintendo Entertainment System, ColecoVision, PC, and then various arcade machines. There are some other cores too, I think. Where are they? ZX80, 81 and that sort of thing. So I'll give those a go in future, but for the moment I'm afraid I can't select them. Well, I can, but you can't see them if I do, which is a bit of a problem. So I'm going to leave this demo going for 5 minutes, and I'll see you in the next stream. Probably when I'm using it as a Commodore 64 or as a Sam Coupe or something. I don't know, we'll see. We'll see which core works well, and then we'll do a stream of that one. Should be a bit of fun. Of course, there are advanced features on the Uno. It does have the ULA Plus, extra graphics mode as dual sound chip, that sort of thing, as well as selectable CPU speed. So it's quite a bit more advanced than the old ZX Spectrum was. As a kid, that wouldn't have impressed me at all, but now that I'm older I realise how much work goes into that, and it does impress me. Almost Wolfenstein 3D. Verboten. You can't go in there, it's forbidden. Zilog inside. I like it. Excellent. Okay everybody, I'll say cheerio, and I'll see you in the next vid. Hopefully we should be playing some cores and see what's going on. Good afternoon everybody. I'll see you next time.